Hi, welcome to week 5, and so now we're moving on to the 6th and 7th chapter of the textbook. And this week we're going to move on a little bit through our institutions. So we're going to look at the presidency a little bit, and with this you're going to look at the presidential job approval ratings, which are really interesting to look at, and we will have a discussion. So this week you're going to complete your letter to the editor assignment, so I gave you an extra week to do so. And then there's going to be a Constitution USA number 3 Dropbox, which will be self-explanatory. I did find another copy of this, so again, it's free to watch. So this is a little struggle I'm having this semester. I didn't have it last semester, but I want to provide this material to you for free as long as I can do so. Then we're going to post responses to the week 4 discussions. Remember, week 4 we had 3 different topics, so you're going to have to respond a total of 9 times on at least 3 different days. And I'm hoping you find this really interesting. Generally, that people really like the idea of discussing lobbyists and social movements. They are things that usually get people excited, and in the case of lobbyists, a lot of times people get kind of disgusted with what they discuss with them as well. But there are some lobbyists that really do some good, so it's not always just a clear-cut black and white issue. But we look at Jack Abramoff, who gives us kind of an extreme example. And one thing that's really cool about him is he discusses everything, and he came clean after getting in trouble. So you're going to discuss that. You're going to read the chapter 6 and 7 of the textbook, take the quizzes, and there's going to be a Presidential Job Approval Center Dropbox, and then you're going to post 2 initial posts to the week 5 discussion. And so just in going down here, I'll be really brief this week. We have the letter to the editor still, and we're going to have our Constitution USA video. And this Dropbox assignment, you're going to you might have to highlight these and click into your bar to get them. On my screen it works, but I've heard a lot of people having a hard time with this. So this is looking at Gallup, and then of course you see it a little differently than I do. And then here we're going to look at the job approval ratings. And I spoke too soon, it's not working for me. Let's go back here and see if I can get this to work, because I want you to navigate this well. Okay, so then you get to this. It's a job approval center, and we get to look at simple questions asked to the public. Do you approve of the job the president's doing? I approve, or I don't approve. Pretty simple way to answer this. And we get to look at each president. We've been doing this for years as an assignment. And of course, for this, we're going to use the current president, because this assignment always asks about the current president. And you can go ahead and look at their approval rating over time. And then there's some further demographics we can look at, which you will have to use for the assignment. So I want you to click on these. We are looking at President Trump, because he's the president right now. And you're going to use this data, and when you're comparing it, you can compare it to all the other presidents and see how the president compares. And like I said, we've been doing this assignment for a long time, so we did it when Obama was in office and Bush. But it's very interesting and tells us a lot of information. So I want you to spend some time on that, and look over this information, answer the Dropbox questions. 1 paragraph answers are fine. And then we have a week 5 discussion, fairly straightforward. You're going to look at changing the orientation of the federal government as being a very difficult thing for the president to do. And this is looking at through the lens of Obama, but I'm sure every president has the same sentiments. And then we're going to have a discussion on your main takeaway from the Constitution USA video for this week. I leave this pretty blank, I guess broad, and I haven't had any problems with this. You guys get into some great discussions, and I'm really happy with that. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and send me an email on D2L. I check these pretty frequently. I'm not on the school's email as much, but make sure you email me on here, and I will get back to you. All right, thank you so much.